Hey up, Sofa Squad, and welcome back to Black Sofa. Now, I've been working really hard on my channel lately. I don't think I've been working this hard on my channel since, well, ever. So I thought I'd give myself a bit of a break and pick some low-hanging fruit to just have some fun with. And I came across this video by Truth in Genesis called Who Was Cain's Wife? So let's get into it, shall we? Wow, cool intro. If this is how good the intro is, the video must be of excellent quality and full of reasonable, logical, and cogent arguments. Oh, I can't wait for this.
Where did Cain get his wife? This is definitely one of the most popular questions concerning the book of Genesis.
Okay, guess not. Oh well, I'm here now, so I may as well stick around.
Some people try to say that there was another race of humans that lived in the land of Nod that were not descendant from Adam and Eve. And this is where Cain found his wife. This is nonsense.
Well, the whole thing is nonsense. But do go on.
All human beings are descendant from Adam and Eve.
Going to prove it, are you?
Let's take a look at what the Bible actually says.
Guess not. Never mind.
The Bible says, "And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch."
Do you at least have evidence for this?
From this text we
Oh, we're moving on without evidence again, are we? Okay then.
see that Cain knew his wife in the land of Nod, and they had a son that they named Enoch. Notice the Bible does not say that Cain found his wife in the land of Nod. It says that he knew her there. This simply means that they performed the physical act that results in pregnancy.
It's okay. You can say they had sex. We're all grown-ups here.
It is obvious that the act of Cain knowing his wife resulted in pregnancy because immediately after he knew her, she conceived and they had a son named Enoch. Therefore, we can conclude that Cain and his wife were already together before they arrived in the land of Nod.
Not really. In verse 16, it says that Cain went out of Yahweh's presence and lived in the land of Nod. I think you are getting confused between Nod, where Cain supposedly met his wife, and the city within Nod that Cain was building at the time that his wife became pregnant. Wait a minute. All of this is sounding weirdly familiar. Of course! I made a video about this a couple of years ago. I know! I'll just send you that video. And welcome back to Black Sofa. Oh, this is awkward. Forget that idea. I do miss that globe, though.
There's absolutely zero evidence of
There's absolutely zero evidence for any... Oh, forget it.
Cain finding another race of humans in the land of Nod and marrying into them. So if there wasn't some other mystery race of humans on the earth at the beginning of time, who did Adam's sons marry? The Bible has the answer. The Bible says, "And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years."
Apart from the fact that Adam living 930 years is very, very improbable, what am I saying? None of this is probable. The problem with this interpretation is that Adam and Eve gave birth to Seth after these events took place. So Cain's wife couldn't have been his sister. And besides, before Cain met his wife, when Yahweh drove him out of his presence, Cain is fearful that anyone who finds him will kill him. Who are these people that Cain is afraid of? Did you ever stop to think about this? This is basic stuff. I haven't even gone into the Hebrew, the cultural and historical context, or textual criticism. Just by asking logical questions about the text, I've managed to find some serious plot holes. But I don't suppose you ever question anything, do you? No. Far easier just to blindly regurgitate what you hear preached from the pulpit.
And he died. From this text, we find that after Seth was born to Adam, Adam continued to have many sons and daughters over a period of 800 years. We see from Genesis 5:5 that Adam lived a total of 930 years. From this, we can conclude that Adam's sons married their sisters.
Firstly, ooh. Secondly, ooh. But seriously, there are problems arising from incest. Hal Herzog, writing in Psychology Today, says this: the problem with having sex with close relatives is that there is an astonishingly high chance that your offspring will be born with a serious birth defect. A study of Czechoslovakian children whose fathers were first-degree relatives, fewer than half of the children who were the product of incestuous unions were completely healthy. 42% of them were born with severe birth defects or suffered early death, and another 11% mildly impaired mentality. This study is particularly instructive as it included a unique control group, the offspring of the same mothers but whose fathers were not mothers' relatives. When the same women were impregnated by a non-relative, only 7% of their children were born with a birth defect. And I'll leave a link to the article in the description. Needless to say, this does not bode well for the survival of future generations.
Adam's sons married their sisters because, first of all, there was no other choice. They were the only people in the world at the time. There was no laws against marrying siblings.
There shouldn't have to be. Doing the beast of two backs with your sibling is icky.
Until about 2,500 years later, there was no need for the law until then. You see, at the beginning, the human race was perfect.
It wasn't though, was it? Because all of this took place after the fall. I can't believe I'm actually speaking as if any of this took place. It's like I'm crouching down so that I can speak face to face with a toddler and using words he will understand. Take that crayon out of your mouth, Billy, or I won't let you watch Ben and Holly later on.
There was no need to worry about birth defects from marrying too close. However, over the next 2,000 years or so, it would slowly become a problem.
But it only takes one generation of incest for genetic defects and diseases to occur. Zara Gorvet, writing for BBC Future, states that when a couple are related, it doesn't take long for the mask to slip. Take acrobactopsia, a rare recessive disorder which causes total color blindness. It affects 1 in 33,000 Americans and is carried by 1 in 100. If one of our post-apocalyptic survivors had the variant, there's a 1 in 4 chance of their child having a copy. So far so good. After just one generation of incest, the risk skyrockets, with a 1 in 4 chance of their child having 2 copies. That's a 1 in 16 chance that the original couple's first grandchild would have the disease. And again, I'll leave a link to the article in the description.
And this is why God gave the law that prohibited the marrying of siblings in the book of Leviticus, which tells us, the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. By the time that this law was given, there was no need to marry a sister anyway, because there were plenty of people on the planet. So no, there was no other mystery human race on the earth that Cain and Adam's sons married into. That's absolutely ridiculous.
The whole thing's absolutely ridiculous. Bloody hell. I need a drink. It's 5:30 somewhere in the world, right? And he goes on to plug his channel. But I'm not going to let him. Instead, I'm going to plug my own channel. If you've liked this video, then give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another video. Okay, bye for now.